is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Good to see you both. We got some watching some videos to do.
Okay,
None of that was said right, but let's watch. Have y'all seen this viral video? Now, it's a fight between a passenger and a United Airlines employees that happened at Newark Airport in New Jersey. A warning to our viewers, though, this video is a little disturbing. In the video, you can see the employee and the passenger square up and trade blows. The airport worker ends up falling behind the counter and does have trouble getting up. Now, the United employee reportedly has been fired. Now, the passenger is former Denver Broncos player Brendan Langley. He was arrested and charged with simple assault, even though he claims he did not throw the first punch. And I want to be super clear about this. The camera caught this fight mid-fight. We don't have the beginning of it. So I want that to be clear. Optically, it's not great for me to see like a huge guy coming down. We don't know what started the fight. So don't take the video as, oh, that was it. Apparently, he might have put his baggage on a wheelchair and used as a trolley. And there was some incidents in talking about that.
Yeah. Well, somebody knows because clearly it's an airport and everything's under surveillance.
Camera, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, there had to have been a time where someone could have made a decision to de-escalate this situation.
Yeah.
And that decision wasn't made, and I think that's the reason why this man has now been suspended or lost his job. I will say that in Canada, you don't actually have to pay for the cart. It's very different here. Yes, you do not have to pay for the cart. Oh, so I'm sure Brandon got here and was like, why do I have to pay $5 for something I get for free in the Canadian or Calgary airport?
And if you didn't know that, he is currently a Calgary Stampeder.
Yes.
In the Canadian Football League. And they are actually under investigation. They're having this whole incident under investigation, so he is being looked at for there.
I'm no video analysis expert.
Come on now.
But I'm looking at, close to it. But I'm looking at it, and what I saw from the fight, from what that was going on viral, is that the employee reached first for the first hit and maybe missed, maybe didn't miss, and then Brandon, this football player, hit back. So, like, even if he was using the wheelchair, which is absolutely wrong, you shouldn't be putting your luggage on things that people with disabilities actually need. When you swing at somebody, the situation changed. We're in a whole fight. You swung at me. I'm lost. And so that's a federal offense for the employee. I don't understand why. I get why Brandon was charged with simple assault. Fine. Decide what they're going to do with that. But why was the employee that swung in this video, whether he did it first or second, not charged with anything?
Why is he just
firing him is not like the discipline. The disciplinary action in an airport, if anyone else that's a pedestrian gets in a fight or any other employee would be face charges unless they were specifically attacked. So I don't know what video the airport has or why everybody keeps saying, oh my gosh, this man just charged him out of the blue. It's the difference of doing something wrong. Everybody said the same thing with Will Smith. Even if he was offended, once you put hands on somebody, that you're in a different situation. So I don't even understand why we're acting like it's only one person in this incident and one person's fault. It's just like offensive to even look at this and say, imagine if you guys were in the airport, even if you're doing something that's against the airport rules, like using a wheelchair for your bags, and somebody that's an employee swung at you.
I really take issue with anybody who acts like their last name is actually the company's last name. Like, is your last name United, bro? Because
you don't have to take your job to that serious level.
Why are you, like, people...
Joe United.
Yeah, it's like, okay, be a great employee, you know, but you don't have to take things, because not only did he physically assault Brandon,
his name is Brendan. Well, no,
but he also, like, egged him on, like, come on, like, and then he got, you know, he asked for it. The man gave him what he asked for.
And also, while you're at it, United, as somebody who flies to New York often, several times a month, they need to work on their employee relations and the customer relations at Newark Airport specifically. Let me tell you.
There's issues.
And I'm not blaming anybody in this particular situation. I'm telling you that them folks don't know how to act.
Now, let me just be very clear, because we have legal issues and everyone's amok. We don't know how it all started. We don't know the origins of the story, and perhaps that's why they're waiting to charge the person, because I would imagine he would also or should be charged as well. So let's wait to find out about all of it. But man, is the social contract just ripping a shreds left and right.
Done.
People are just punching each other. All right. You'll never guess, though, who weighed in about the airport fight. Alec Baldwin. He commented on Instagram saying, quote, "The guy working at the airport is the victim. He came to work to do a job. The other guy with his big mouth is guilty of workplace abuse, where people come to work with an expectation of safety, even civility. This bleep who hit this guy should be put on a no-fly list."
I know you lying.
I know you lying. I know Alec Baldwin is not. What? I know you lying. Workplace safety. You lying. I can't.
Alec Baldwin, you need to sit this one out, bro. You need to sit it out. Okay?
He must, yeah.
We gonna talk about some workplace safety? You shot a person.
You killed a person.
Okay? We have been pontificating. We have been going back and forth. A lot of people have been coming to Alec Baldwin's defense saying, you know, he is the actor, doesn't have any, you know, there's nothing, he shouldn't be to blame.
Didn't mean to do
but
it.
brah, you put together a full rickety production that resulted in someone losing their life. I'm not even trying to be funny about that.
I know.
I'm trying to say, you need to sit this one out.
Yeah.
You need to shh. Just shh.
What's that thing in Austin about clip, stop talking? I mean, the irony here, I think we don't have to say it, is just, do you have anything? Do you want to add to
I
that?
couldn't believe it. Erica took the words directly out of my mouth. It said them better than I could have.
Yeah.
Because that is ridiculous.
Now,
this is
here's
the
my
wrong
question.
situation to chime in.
What in his brain, and is it, and are we seeing an egomaniac or narcissistic personality disorder that would make him think it was okay to speak about workplace safety? Like, what part of his brain do you think that is? And does it change
But
your
also,
view?
he's calling Brendan a loudmouth, and like, look in the
big mouth.
mirror. A big mouth, loud mouth. Hello? You can't. Your PR team is probably like, stop talking,
Yes,
please.
yes.
He's saying everything wrong.
Yes.
And as someone in the middle of a case trying to figure out if you killed someone.
Yeah.
You are saying all the wrong things.
Yeah. If I were the lawyer, you know, you say, shut up, shut up, shut up. This guy just keeps talking. I mean,
He can't help himself. This is like privilege in action. This is like the 1% of privilege. Like, you are so unaware of self.
that's what I mean.
Like, nobody was even, for the first time.
No one was looking at
For
you.
the first time in months, nobody was talking about you.
I know.
Nobody was.
And that was the
nobody
issue.
was
He had to
talking about
jump
you.
in to the conversation. What kind of egomaniac is that?
I'm sorry, Lindsay. I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
No,
let's get
thank you for my iPad back. I was going to reach, but it was going to look a little awkward on camera, so I
We'll
just
set it all
thank
out
you so
right
much.
there. Coming up on DBL, reality TV star Kristin Cavallari goes back in time with us to talk about fashion trends from the early 2000s. You know you've been there. And Dr. Coley is here to talk about monkeypox in the U.S. Do we have anything to worry about? We have our trusted physician with us. She's breaking it all down for us.
Closed captioning provided by
Daily Blast Live is always focused, always on cue, always ready, always timely. This May, don't miss a day. DBL is all new every day. So guys, Gabriella didn't produce this, but she's pretending to because she's stepping it up.
Yeah.
So tell us
that's
everything
right.
we need to know.
Okay,
She's-
we're gonna
give away the milk.
We're not
Don't
gonna
give it
give it away. So let's keep the
I
element
can
of
read
surprise.
this. I can read it. I introduce it. And
I have been up to getting ready for the summer, making travel plans and packing COVID tests when I travel.
And look at this, look at this. Who's on a green screen? We are. Who's on a green screen? Okay, I also want to let you know I'm doing a tutorial on monkeypox.
Okay.
And so I learned a lot about its backstory and where it was founded and what we have to be worried about. But I think there's something I really want to be interested in, and if we don't get it to here, it will be in the tutorial, is a lot of people are talking about it being a sexually transmitted disease. It is not.
No.
And when that comes with an STD, that comes with stigma for certain types of people in the community. And I really want us to be careful, because in the AIDS epidemic, we really stigmatized it as a gay cancer and all of that when it wasn't. So I want to get ahead of this story because it's already starting. Does that make sense? You get it from touching and respiratory droplets, right?
Close contact, bodily fluids.
Bodily
as well.
fluids, I got
but
it.
any kind of close contact can do it, regardless of sexual orientation, gender, or practice.
I wanna make that
You can
really
even
clear.
get it from contaminated clothing
And
bed
blankets,
sheets.
yeah, that's my thing. COVID is not like that, am I right? It doesn't stick as long.
Right.
So I learned it was stable on things. Do y'all remember we were washing our groceries for a little bit in COVID? This is, I was crazy. But the blankets, clothing apparently is much more stable on those materials.
It's funny because they said in New York, a lot of people don't want to go to stores and try on clothes.
That's what they said.
Because they're having cases.
Right. And the fashion industry is so big in New York.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Welcome back. All right, we all have started to hear about this, the spread of monkeypox. It's a growing global concern. The CDC has confirmed one case in Massachusetts and is investigating possible cases in other states across the nation. What do? We give you facts, not fear, with Dr. Coley looking fabulous here to break down the facts. Tell us.
Okay, so first of all, where are we with the spread of monkeypox? Also, do we need to be getting vaccinated? And third, my mother wants to take a trip down the Monkey River, and I'm like, is that a thing?
Where is Monkey River?
In Belize.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know, because I don't understand this monkeypox thing. So
that's a good question.
I just want to know, is that safe?
So the way the virus got its name, it's been around for a while, guys. We discovered it in the late 1950s, and the way it got its name is because there was an outbreak in monkeys who are lab monkeys, but it's not actually necessarily the host animal for the infection. So normally we see this infection in Africa. The reason we're getting excited about it is because we're seeing it in a number of non-African countries for the first time, and we're seeing community spread, so person-to-person transmission without people actually going to Africa. But you know, I'm not as worried as I was about the COVID pandemic for a few reasons. One, the virus has been around for a long time, you know, so we sort of are familiar with it. Second, as you said, Erica, we have a vaccine for it. Now, most of us have not been vaccinated. It's only lab workers and people who have high risk of exposure that get vaccinated. But if there was an outbreak, we could do something called ring vaccination, where we vaccinate all the people that might have been exposed, you know, to try to contain it. And then the third is it's not nearly as transmissible as COVID. So you know how COVID can spread through aerosols, which means it can linger in the air even after the person is gone. Not with this infection. You actually have to have close contact, prolonged contact, and you know, that's how it's spread through respiratory droplets.
I wanted to talk specifically about the symptoms, because sometimes when I hear about a new thing, I always think that I have it like every week, and so I'm trying to get the exact symptoms. But I want to tell everybody we're going to show some images, and they're kind of graphic content, so just be warned. Be warned.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. So tell us about the symptoms and more about how it's going to spread, or how it could spread.
You know, it starts like most infections, like the flu. So you have fever, you have muscle aches, you have fatigue. What's different here is that you get swollen lymph nodes. So you get lumps and bumps in your armpits and your groin. Those are your lymph nodes swelling up and maybe even being a little bit painful. And then about 3 days later, you get a rash. And it starts on your face, but it can spread all over the body, including the hands, the surface of the palms, and the genitalia. And that's where you get those blisters, almost like the chicken pox. They're called vesicles, and they can start to cause the skin to slough. That's when you're very infectious as well.
Okay, now let me ask you, is it similar to COVID? We know that like older people, pregnant women, and children, are they high at risk? Are those the same?
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about it is the mortality can be as high as 10%, but that's the African strain. Yeah, here in the U.S. we think it's a little milder, but it really depends on how much you've been exposed to and your underlying risk factors, of course. So if you have chronic health problems, you're obviously going to be higher risk regardless of the infection. But I think in this particular case, we don't necessarily worry more about a specific demographic, because even healthy people can progress to have severe illness if they're exposed to the right strain.
And I just want to make this clear for everybody. In the AIDS epidemic, we really stigmatized a group, and a lot of people are saying already online, this is a sexually transmitted disease. This is becoming I don't want to see a repeat of what happened with AIDS, stigmatizing the LGBTQ community. Can you explain how it's not a sexually transmitted disease? It is through bodily fluids, but it doesn't have anything to do with your sexual orientation.
It doesn't have anything to do with the type of sex you have. It's transmitted through respiratory droplets, saliva. It's transmitted through bodily fluids. It's transmitted through broken skin. It's transmitted through mucous membranes like eyes, nose, mouth, vagina. So it doesn't have anything to do with your gender, your race, your sexual orientation. It has a lot to do with how close a contact you have with somebody else who has it. And different from COVID, it can actually be transmitted through clothes and bed sheets that get contaminated. So you want to be really careful. You can also have animal to human transmission. So if you have rodents that are infected, they could potentially infect humans as well.
Okay, good to know. I just want to keep the context really straight from what we've learned in the past, right? Thank you again, Dr. Coley. This was really good information. If you have a question you'd like Dr. Coley to answer, just write to us on social media or info@dailyblastlive.com. Thanks again. We'll be right back. You look better in green.
On May 22nd, the World Health Organization will meet in Geneva to discuss how to best respond to future pandemics. Among the ideas is a U.S. proposed amendment to improve ways of detecting, reporting, and responding to public health events worldwide. Some social media users are referring to this as a pandemic treaty and are using the hashtag #StopTheTreaty to voice their opposition to the amendment. On a podcast hosted by Steve Bannon, former Minnesota Representative Michelle Bachmann claimed the amendment could give the WHO control over the United States. Several Verify viewers emailed us to ask about these claims. So let's verify. Would the pandemic treaty give the WHO control over governments during a global health crisis? Our sources are the International Health Regulations, proposed amendments to the regulations, and the WHO. The International Health Regulations are part of an international law that outlines the responsibilities of WHO member countries, like the U.S., when there's a public health emergency. It requires that countries report what's happening and that the WHO offer assistance. Earlier this year, the U.S. proposed several amendments to the regulations based on what we learned during the COVID-19 pandemic. They include adding early warning criteria, a request to provide genetic sequence data, and outlines a time frame for when and how countries can ask the WHO for support. It does not give the WHO authority over member countries. The amendment repeatedly states that countries can reject the WHO's assistance. So, no, the pandemic treaty would not give the WHO control over governments during a global health crisis. It doesn't give the agency any new authority and only outlines how they can help at the request of a member country. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
We were all introduced to the rowdy teen in 2004 on MTV, but a lot has changed since then, and she is now a full-time boss. Earlier, we caught up with Kristin Cavallari. Check it out. Kristin Cavallari, welcome to DBL. I'm so excited to talk to you because you posted a picture of you and Stephen Colletti, and like many people, including myself, we all went cray-cray. How many people, other than me, contacted you to hear what was going on between you two?
Well, yes, I had a lot of people reach out to me. We're doing a podcast, actually. So we're doing a Laguna Beach rewatch podcast, which has been so much fun. I haven't watched the show since I was 18, since it aired. Whoa. So to go back and relive those moments and then have Steven to break it all down with has been actually therapeutic in a lot is nice. There is nothing romantic happening with Steven and I. We have remained very good friends to get down to what you really want to know.
Dang. Is LC going to be on there? Lauren Conrad, if you don't know.
Yeah, you know, we asked her to come on. She said she doesn't have anything to promote right now, so, you know, unfortunately. But we're hoping that maybe she will still come on. We have some time. So
okay, we'll okay, good.
Kristin, I was talking to a mutual friend over the weekend, and he told me your name was supposed to be Patricia Cavallari. Is that right? And you were going to go by Trish?
Who are you talking to? Do you know Justin Anderson? My mom, yeah, she almost named me Patricia, so Justin, my best friend, will mess with me and call me Patricia sometimes.
Can you see her being a Pat? That's not what I see.
Pat? No.
That's not what I see for you, Bill.
So it's been 2 years since you announced your divorce from Jay Cutler very famously, and since then, you've been on a couple dates. So what are some turnoffs for you, and what are you looking for in a relationship?
I mean, accountability for me is honestly really big. Someone who can just own their stuff, apologize when needed. I think you really don't know who someone is until you have some difficult conversations. Obviously, the beginning is very fun. Everyone puts their best foot forward. But, you know, I really just want someone who's really comfortable in their own skin. But yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. I haven't met anyone worth mentioning, just, you know, to be completely honest, but I'm having a good time.
You have a lifestyle brand, Uncommon James. The new Summer Heat jewelry collection was just released. Now, I do have my favorite piece, but I'm curious to know what's your favorite piece from the collection.
Those little flower ear huggies, I actually have one in. I just like them because they're so simple. I love anything that you can just throw on and forget about and leave on. I also do have these 2 beaded bracelets on. Beads and color are really trendy right now for spring and summer. So that's kind of where my whole mindset is at. Just lots of color and fun.
You celebrated also, you little entrepreneur, the first anniversary of your clean skincare line, Uncommon Beauty. What is the one product you can't live without?
The pineapple peptide nectar is essentially 2 serums in one. So it's peptides and vitamin C. It's brightening, it's anti-aging, it's hydrating. It's just everything that you want in a serum. And it's also just light. It smells good. It's really refreshing. So that's my can't live without product.
All right, Trish, let's have a little fun. So Laguna Beach came out in 2004, and some of the fashion trends from that time are making a comeback, and we want to know your thoughts on some of them, okay? You know what? I used to love this one. I'm not even going to lie. What about those choker necklaces?
Oh, I loved them.
I mean, I made a company out of chokers, so I'm going to say yes, they are here to stay.
Yeah,
there you
the
go.
layered look, too.
And it takes the wrinkles away if you wear it tight enough. You know what I mean?
How about those Juicy Couture? Remember the Juicy on the backside, those tracksuits?
Juicy on the back. It was on the front, too, Jeff.
No, but it was famously on the butt.
On the bottom.
It was. I mean, that was like my airport uniform. I'd say let's leave them in the past.
And I know you got some cringy pictures in these Ed Hardy t-shirts and those Von Dutch hats.
Going back and watching Laguna Beach, I'm like, why we were always wearing these? They were so bad.
Okay, how about this? Lastly, a jean skirt paired with Ugg boots that you wore on Laguna Beach.
This is the uniform.
I mean, why? Yeah, no, definitely a big fat no. Okay. No. I mean, maybe it's cute if you are 16, but as an adult, absolutely not.
I'm not going to lie. I'm literally wearing that right now.
You have on Ugg boots? You do.
I didn't have time to put my shoes on.
I have slippers on, too.
Okay, good. She's wearing them.
Yeah, I was showing, but I'm wearing a shift skirt, but I am definitely wearing.
I could vouch for her. So they're making a comeback.
They're Telfar. They are Telfar Uggs, okay?
Pat, otherwise known as Kristin, thank you so much for joining us on DBL. We're just kidding around with you. Everyone, to our viewers, you guys are going to love this. Check out Uncommon James's new Summer Heat jewelry collection. Some really easy throw-on pieces. And Uncommon Beauty at uncommonjames.com for that pineapple peptide serum. Lovely discussing with you. It was lovely seeing you again. We'll be right back. Thank you, Kristin.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
With nationwide primary elections wrapping up, campaigning is full steam ahead to the November midterms, and those outcomes will set the wheels in motion for 2024. President Joe Biden already has said he plans to run for re-election for president, but who will be the Republican nominee? Former President Donald Trump has been rallying his base, signaling his potential rerun for the nation's highest office. And because he served only one full term, viewer TK asked, if Trump were elected president again, could he potentially serve 2 more terms? The answer is no. Let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Constitution, specifically the 22nd and 12th Amendments, and Jason Husser, political science professor and Elon poll director at Elon University.
When George Washington became president, he served 2 terms and then stopped being president. This set a norm that every president followed until Franklin Roosevelt, who was elected to 4 terms. After Roosevelt died, the 22nd Amendment was added to the Constitution.
Presidential term is 4 full years, and the 22nd Amendment states no person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. It also stipulates no person who has held the office or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term can be elected president more than once.
A half term doesn't count against this. This means the Constitution has an exception that if a person became president, say as a vice president who ascended to the presidency, that person could go on to serve 2 full terms, meaning you could have a person who was president for almost 10 years.
But what if a former president became vice president, then had an opportunity to finish out the president's term? The 12th Amendment says no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of vice president. So it's unlikely a former 2-term president even could serve as VP.
This is something that hasn't been fully tested, but most scholars think that the Supreme Court would not allow this, meaning that the limit is still 2 terms plus potentially a half term prior to serving those 2 terms.
In conclusion, we verified the claim is false. President Trump could not serve 2 more full terms if reelected president. He could serve only 1 more 4-year term and likely would not be able to be vice president thereafter. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
Don't make your bed quite yet, because if you do, there could be some gross consequences. Let's connect the dots. It's advice you often see in self-help books or those top 10 tips to being more productive. But when it comes to the actual science, making your bed right away could have some really gross consequences. You might not want to hear it, but we share our beds with millions of dust mites. According to research, dust mites thrive in the dark, damp spaces in your bed. Here's the thing, we sweat when we sleep. If you make your bed right when you wake up, you trap that moisture in the sheets, allowing dust mites to thrive. Researchers found a simple solution. Leaving the bed unmade allowed the moisture to dry up, reducing the dust mites in the bed. Cleaning experts recommend waiting at least an hour before you make it. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back. Popular food and drinks are known to stain teeth, so beverages like coffee and wine stain them over time. What can you do to brighten your smile? You should give Smile Actives a try. Smile Actives is safe, effective, and easy to use. 97% of Smile Actives users in a clinical trial reported up to 6 shades whiter on average, all within 30 days. You can see all of the results with none of the hassle. So call 1-800-370-7070 or visit smileactives.com for a special buy one, get one free offer. BOGOs, I love that. So we were talking with Kristin Cavallari, and a lot of you are writing in what you wore in the 2000s because she was on Laguna. You mentioned...
I remember those little butterfly clips you used to wear in your hair. I used to get like flat twists and put them all around. And then also something that's actually back, I used to wear keyhole shirts, like too much. Like, so it had like a keyhole here or like a hole here. Oh. And those are back, and I'm so offended because I even had like a turtleneck with a keyhole.
Which
like confused.
Made no reason.
Made no sense.
No, made sense. What was your 2000s outfit?
I had a uniform. It was actually a hoodie sweatshirt, which was this color. It said Gap across
Oh my God,
It was an extra, extra L. I had a big, like, baggy black pants, and I would wear my flip-flops with socks.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That is so flattering.
Tori, hurry.
Mine was cranberry velour juicy from head to toe. What was I doing?
Juicy Couture was classic, though.
Like 80 in Florida. What am I doing?
Nobody had Von Dutch?
No. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. I love Van Dutch, actually.